Twitter, Instagrams. Let's see here. That'll do it. Should do it. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner. I think that'll do it. No, there you go. Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And it's Friday. So before I even attempt to do that, I want to make sure things are working right. Yeah, so I got me a notification. Let me check the sound. Check one. Just a little bit. So I got me a notification. Let me check the sound. Yeah, okay. Now all I need is the people. All I need is the people. People. I see people say it loud and clear. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the moment of truth, ladies and gents, to figure out what was going on with my my sound system. Because I switched the phone out. And we're going to see if we got some beatboxing going on with this microphone tonight with all that popping and yeah. So we're going to see. Love from UK. That's what I'm talking about. All the way over on the other side of the pond. Yeah. What's going on over there? With the censorship mess. Oh, yeah. Do we need to send JD back over? Do we need to send him back over there? Anyway, are they still over there mad at him? Such a scallywag. Can't believe he came over here and told us to our faces that we are full of censorship. Now, of course we are. Of course we are. But we don't want everyone else to know that. Yeah, so we'll see. Now, like I said, today's Friday. So make sure as we get ready to get into tonight's program that you hit the like button. So you got to do that up front before you forget. You know, they don't want your ADHD to kick in and you be like, I know I was supposed to do something. Yeah, so hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms and stuff like that. And as you're logging in, I uploaded a standalone video yesterday, and YouTube is playing around with my views and notifications. So if you haven't seen that one yet, please do. It's called The Demise of the Democrat Party. Please check it out, hit the like button, all that. And I'm going to upload tonight, right after this, another one. But this one is going to be taken from last night's live stream where Trump was laying out all of the reasons why we should be cutting things within the government. Okay, so I took that segment out and condensed it so that when you get knucklehead friends that's talking about Trump is him and Elon is robbing the country and this and that, send them that video. Send them that video. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get busy. Take a swig first one. I want the granny, beating my chest real gorilla, real gorilla, real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Yeah, man. And don't forget to check out Kevin's Corner store, where you can get all kind of merch. And this number on the screen, which is 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, just in case they try to unexist me on this here platform, we'll have some way to, be able to communicate underground, something like that underground. Now, somebody said, happy Friday, all. Happy Friday to everyone. Also got a mailbox blessing from Mary. And so I want to thank her very, very much. And anybody else who wants to give me a mailbox blessing / contribute to the channel through my Cash App or PayPal, you are welcome to do that. Because Kev got to live too. I got expenses. I don't get no USAID money. I don't get that stuff. I didn't qualify, I guess. Maybe I got to start a nonprofit organization that studies the rare butterflies and Mount Rushmore, something like that. Maybe I should do that. They'd be like, are there any butterflies on Mount Rushmore? That's the study. That's the whole thing. I'm going to need $7 million just to find out whether there are butterflies on Mount Rushmore. There you go. So with that being said, let's get into it, because Elon Musk done went full chainsaw massacre on the government spending. Yeah, and they don't like it. They don't like conservatives, first of all, having fun. They don't like us all getting together, looking like we're the cool kids. Everybody wants to be a part of it. I mean, we had the Black History celebration up at the White House, and all you saw was sapphire all over the place and folks having a good time. But, they don't want to cover that stuff. They ain't going to cover that stuff. They'll never show that on CNN or MSNBC unless they're there to talk about calling all of those black people tokens, something like that. They do something like that. But they don't like to see conservatives coming together and having fun and looking like we're winning. And this scene right here definitely looks like we're having a ball, where Elon Musk gets a full-blown chainsaw.
Watch out. Elon's got a chainsaw.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw.
Chainsaw for bureaucracy. So that means we are trying to cut out all the bureaucracy. Yeah, see, that's a symbol of what's going on right about now. Cutting out the rot. Now, we got a 2-for-1 deal. See, as Doge go in there with the deputy dogs and big balls, don't forget him. With the deputy dogs and big balls going through and finding all this government waste, we're saving money. We're cutting all of that stuff out, but it's a 2-for-1 deal. We are also cutting out the rot. We're cutting out the corruption because they kind of go hand in hand. See, when you got all of this stupid money going all over the place, people are doing that and sending all that money out because it has to benefit them. Why in the world would anybody on our squad decide to just go ahead and start sending money out all overseas for these stupid programs and stuff like that? For what? I mean, just because they got kind hearts and they want to see these people learn about basket weaving in some other country? Or is it some other incentive? And my thought would be the people who are okaying all of this stuff, why don't you just okay to send the money to American citizens? That's what I'm thinking. How can you overlook all of the stuff going on in our country just to see overseas? And the people right in front of you go, hey, right here, man. Do you see me living in this cardboard box? Do you see me walking the streets homeless? And you talking about some, but watch out. I'm trying to see what's going on over there in Africa. I'm trying to see what's going on over there in Ukraine. That's a slap to the face right there. And so as we're cutting out a lot of the bureaucracy and, of course, cutting out a lot of the stupid spending is a result of corrupt, stupid people as well. So we're getting rid of both of them, and they don't like it. Yeah, and I say fire that chainsaw up. And we up there having a good old time. Look, Javier up that mug.
Elon and the Brainiacs have been given unfettered access to the government's back office.
Yeah. So Trump said, fire everything. That's right. You need more resources? You're finding that much corruption? Okay. Yeah, somebody go get some more deputy dogs. Somebody go get some more Doge dogs with some real good noses. Yeah, I want them smelling everything. Is this 5 cents? Where did this 5 cents go to? Oh, your pockets? Okay. You know what? That's it. You're done. You're out of here. I don't care how little of amount it is. Sniff it all out.
And Big Balls is going to Ukraine.
It's also time to find out what happened with all the money. Because he made the statement that half of it, he doesn't know where it is.
Oh, now the little midget is trying to box with short alligator arms, y'all. He don't like the fact that President Trump has been talking to Putin and, most likely he's going to have to take it to the chin. Now, the arrogance of this little teeny midget man, for him to be upset about the U.S. position on this Ukrainian war after we've been sending this dude billions of dollars, he got some nerve. I mean, we could easily say, okay, you don't want to come to the table and negotiate because you feel like you were left out, even though you would have been left out if it wasn't for us, period. I mean, this whole war has been financed by us. So you have no room to sit at the negotiation table. Why are you even here? I'm like, what are you bringing to the table except wasting a lot of your young men in this war? That's the only thing you're bringing to the table. Oh, and lots of money that you're getting, and you're buying beach houses and stuff like that somewhere. I don't know how you're doing that in the middle of a war while your people and stuff are fighting. You're buying up property, stuff like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's not here nor there. My thought is this. Look here, little midget man. We could just say, all right, tell you what, let Russia do whatever they need to do to finish this thing off. We're completely staying out of it. You don't like our business. You don't like the way we're negotiating. Have at it. And then the news came out and said Trump was wrong because he blamed it. It seemed like he's blaming Ukraine for the war. It was Russia. It was Russia who invaded Ukraine. Yes, but they're leaving out a very crucial piece of information about why Russia invaded Ukraine. See, and so the little midget man could have avoided that. But he let Western countries, including the U.S., leading the way, talk him into going into a squabble. They instigated it. And instead of having a little wisdom and saying, hey, man, look, I mean, I would love to be a part of NATO, but if it's going to result in a full-blown war and I'm going to lose lives and people, it's not worth it. Thank you, though. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and, sign this deal, stay out of NATO. This way, if Putin would have invaded after that, then definitely 100% his fault. But when you hear that, we ain't going to make no guarantees. We might just join NATO and it's been agreed upon. Don't do that or else you're going to make me invade. See, I can't completely 100% blame it on Putin. I can't. The little midget man got bullied or instigated into going to the war. And now what is he going to do? What's the exit strategy? He's upset, y'all. And he's talking a little reckless. So Trump has to go ahead and treat him like a kid that we've been given an allowance because he is not appreciative. He's talking reckless. Now Trump got to go ahead and talk reckless too.
Or something like that. And I'd like to find out all the money that we've been sending to Ukraine. Where is it?
I want to know that too. Billions. And the media is running cover like heck. Trump said that he said that the money was missing. And technically, all of the stupid stuff the media is trying to say to cover up for Zelensky and to make Trump look like he's the bad guy. And he is more so supporting Putin. Really, the only people who need to be negotiating this for the most part up front is Putin and the U.S. Okay. And granted, yeah, fine. Bring Zelensky in at some point. But when you're looking at the two people that's holding all of the cards, all right, those are the two that's going to make a difference. So Putin ain't going to listen to no dang on Zelensky. He will listen to Trump. So now the man with the mouth, even though he's, I'm glad I caught that. So the man with the mighty mouth, little Zelensky, is up here talking reckless. Okay, let me see something here. Turn that off. And he's making Trump embarrass him now. He's making Trump say, you know what? Since you over there talking reckless and you act like you got some type of say in this and some type of power and you don't like the way we're doing things, now that you mention it, I want to know where that money is. What happened to that money? And why was our politicians over here so eager to sign bills to send that money? Why were they so eager? Knowing that money was going straight down the toilet or somewhere else. Could have been going straight down their toilet. But nonetheless, they were very eager. We got to support Ukraine, all the flags and all of that mess, and just willing. Blank checks, no accountability, no end game. Didn't say, well, you got an exit strategy for this? I mean, at what point do you say we just break even? All right, look, man, let's call it a stalemate. You just keep what you got and let us go ahead. I mean, nothing. They never even came back to the table as if it was necessary to negotiate the end of this war. Now Trump's in here and folks are mad. And he's like, dude, we're not a forever piggy bank. And it would have been the same thing with all of these agencies if Doge wouldn't have got involved and start figuring out what's going on. They were sending money in so many places and it appeared that it was just open-ended. Just sending money. Hey, with no accountability or nothing. So now Trump is putting the little midget man on notice too. We might have to start looking into what's going on over there in the Ukraine.
Doge is sniffing around Ukraine, Fort Knox, the IRS, the Pentagon. I think it's pretty obvious now why they wanted Trump dead or in jail. And
yep. When you start messing with people's money, man, money and power. Yeah, man, money and power. And he is digging into both right about now as he sends Doges with the noses all up in there. So, yeah, they definitely saw the writing on the wall. It's like, if this man wins, he gonna destroy us all. We got to do something drastic. Operation, act like the dang on Secret Service is completely incompetent. What? We're supposed to have somebody on that building? That's crazy. Man. Well, we're going to do an investigation and figure out why. So by the grace of God, Trump is still here because they wanted this man gone, obviously. But let's continue because now he's got the power.
The CIA is on the clock for releasing files on JFK, RFK, and MLK. So
and you know that right there is something that like, Trump, you gonna kill us, man. So he's about to release all of that. I mean, how many wins can we take, y'all? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't sick of winning at all. Not at all. Release that mess. And yet, I guarantee you'll find some people mad at the fact that he's releasing stuff like that. Yeah, when you are suffering from that Trump derangement syndrome, when you are committed to the resistance, it doesn't matter that the Trump, presidency is extremely transparent and is saying we're going to be accountable to the people and show you guys the secrets of the government that you've been funding for all of these years and some of the dirty stuff they participated in. Now, any other time, you'll have everybody going, yeah, man, we want to see that. I knew something was going on. But I guarantee you, just because it's Trump, there's going to be releasing this stuff. You will have people protesting. We'd rather be in the dark. We'd rather not know what happened to Martin Luther King and JFK. We'd rather not know that. But the one I'm really excited about him releasing is those Epstein files. Now that Cash Money is in office, yeah, I want to see those Epstein logs and files. That's what I want to see. Yeah. So let's continue. What else, Jesse?
Get ready for some March Madness. Stacy Abrams is about to get doged.
Gaps in the teeth. Say gaps in the teeth. Come on, not gaps in the teeth. So gaps in the teeth is about to get doged. Why, Jesse? I know I talked about it last night during my live stream. And we definitely know something's going on because she made a little infomercial. Made an infomercial about how Elon Musk shouldn't be looking around and stuff like that. Yeah, she made an infomercial. So tell us a little more, Jesse, about why gaps in the teeth might get doged.
Right after she lost her last election, she started a climate group with a bunch of other people. If you're a Democrat, gotta have a climate charity. Well, it started out with just $100.
$100? So somebody gave her some seed money and it grew that much? That's unbelievable. What kind of mess is this? So you just say I'm starting a climate change charity or organization. And that's enough for you to get how much money?
Couldn't raise a penny. Then Biden comes in and voila, they donate $2 billion to this brand new group.
Brand new group. $2 billion. All of the folks out there that, even though climate change is debatable, they got real credentials when it comes down to science. All of the folks that you say, you give me this money, we'll do a study, we can run samples and tests and we can monitor this, and I got a team of doctors. All of these folks out there, if you was really serious about donating to solving climate change, you wouldn't go to gaps in the teeth. That's the last person you want to go to. All right, talking about we're going to give you how much? $2 billion. And you have no background in climate change studies. All you are is somebody who did what?
What does Stacy Abrams know about the climate? She's an erotic thriller writer.
There you go. So I'm pretty creative with my writing. I once wrote about some nastiness where these two people were doing the nasty and stuff, and climate change interrupted them because there was a tsunami where they were at celebrating their anniversary. And that right there shows that I'm aware of a climate change. So I think I would be good managing $2 billion. To do what? Nobody asked her what you're going to do. How are you going to solve this? Do you have connections? Are you going to put together a team? Why do you need $2 billion to study the climate? You could give me 200 and I'll study it for you. Go outside. Yep. Climate's here. All right. Wow. Look at those clouds coming in. Probably is going to rain. It's probably going to rain. All right. So where we at again? It's January, March, February. Okay. So I'm predicting in this area in Ohio, we'll probably have at least one more month of winter, and then things will probably start to change a little bit. And we might go into spring. That's my assessment, my professional opinion on it. Now give me my what? How much should do I get to 2 billion? No? Okay. But I would be more accurate than Stacy Abrams. Gaps in the teeth got 2 billion. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'm sure she's managing it properly. I'm sure she done put together a tight team to be accountable and show exactly what her and her team are doing. Okay, I'm sure they got all kind of submarines and all kind of, stuff to listen to the water and the flora on the ocean and shoot stuff up into the sky to monitor and all that. I'm sure she got all of that. Or
lives outside of Atlanta. Has Stacey Abrams ever even gone hiking? Did Stacey Abrams plant any trees with the money? Did she pick up any litter? Well, we can't find any evidence that this group did anything for the climate.
What? So here I am thinking gaps in the teeth is out there working on climate change. Nobody knows what's going on with that money. Nobody has brought her in to say, okay, where we at with this? Where we at with this? Instead of giving the money to we could start a whole branch of government that focuses on that for $2 billion. I mean, we could sit back and say we have a branch in our military that studies climate change because it might benefit us militarily, knowing some trends or whatever. But Stacey Abrams, $2 billion, who gave that to her? Oh, Biden. No strings attached, no accountability. You didn't want to see what she had in place. Do you have a building? I mean, who's going to be working in that building? $2 billion is a lot of money to manage for someone who knows nothing about climate change. And that's the whole reason you gave the $2 billion to him. I smell corruption. Where is Doge with that deputy dog nose? Yep, corruption. The blueberry wearing girl right there that's always in purple for some reason that makes her look like Barney. And those gaps between that teeth. Yeah, I want to see her come out and lie between those two gaps about what happened to that $2 billion.
Trump's guys are trying to claw back the cash, but that is a lot of money. And this is how the game works. Democrats launch 501c3s. Their friends in D.C. send them our money, and then they hire their cousins, pay all themselves fat salaries.
It's a family affair. Yeah, it's a family affair. That's how that works. Joe got a little sloppy, though. Hey, Hunter, go over to Crane and make us some money. I'm a big guy, give my 10%. All right? Don't worry, Hunter. They're going to supply you with crack while you're over there. You don't have to know stuff. Just make me have my money. So, all of them doing stupid stuff like this. Mad Max paying her daughter a lot of money to run her campaign. Then there's Ilhan Omar, who divorced her Somalian husband for the white man. And then she's paying him, and it's a cycle. We see the corruption, we see the dirt. I mean, it's crazy. And yet Elon Musk goes in there hacking all over the place. Folks running, screaming like it's a horror movie. He went up in there like the real Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I'm loving it. And the Democrats are running out screaming. So, what else, Jesse?
And use the money to travel first class, of course, to climate summits. Everywhere you look in Washington are deals like this.
Waste is pretty much everywhere. People ask, like, how can you find waste in D.C.? I'm like, look, it's like being in a room, and there's target. The wall, the roofs, and the floor are all targets. So it's like you're gonna close your eyes and go shoot in any direction.
Man, Elon's living his best life right about now. His best life. Hey, my man's on stage right now at CPAC with the lokes on, the dark MAGA hat, the dually rope. Oh, man, he's having a great time while pissing everybody off. That's corrupt, though. See, that's the key. Yeah, you're only mad if it applies to you. Or you're a victim of the TDS that the Democrats have been spreading. See, then you're mad for nothing. The Democrats are mad because we're shutting them down. Okay. But the folks on the street that's out there singing stupid songs and stuff, they're mad for nothing. Yeah, they're mad for nothing. So now Elon Musk just highlighted how corrupt DC is. Now, you know it's corrupt. When you can't miss corruption, you're sitting there like, all right, man, I'm going to try to miss some corruption. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to shoot in a direction. Surely there's no corruption on the ceiling. Bang! Corruption just fall down. All right, oh man, okay, hold on, let's see. You telling me the whole room is filled with corruption? Yep. and it runs deep. And I said to myself, if Trump gets in, he got to go in immediately and start cutting it out. Cutting it out. That's the only way you stop it. You can't Putin fart around with these agencies and the corruption. Give him time to go and lay low and all of this stuff. I'm so glad he got his cabinet right now, the key people in right now. I'm so glad he got those people in. And, you know, he's bombarding them right now. He's running a blitz on them so fast that they can't really react. The deep state is like, man, they're cutting us off here, there. They're taking our toys, taking our money, and I'm loving it. And Elon Musk is one of the tools that Trump is using. Yeah, man. Really, Elon Musk is the dang on chainsaw in Trump's hands. That's what it is. He's the chainsaw in Trump's hands. And he's like, I'm going to cut everything out. And I'm loving it.
You can't miss. You know?
Elon's showing up with a chainsaw and he's holding DC hostage to get your money back. And Trump loves the idea.
Elon Musk is proposing potentially giving money to Americans based on what Doge is finding. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I love it. The 20% dividend, so to speak.
You hear that? I love it. Put the money back in the hands of the people. Now, you know, this puts the Democrats in a very tricky situation. And the reason I say that is good ideas like this makes the Democrats look stupid and like they don't care about the people when they resist good ideas like this. When Trump came out and said no more tax on tips, I know they were like, oh, why didn't we think of that? How are we going to be opposed to that? To Kamala Harris, I'm going to come up with something new. No tax on tips. Yeah, I just thought of that one. They know something good when they see it. And it puts them in a weird position like normal. We gotta be opposite of Trump. But what he suggested is gonna make us extremely unpopular in the eyes of the people. Imagine if they block folks getting that $5,000. Boy, you talking about the brothers getting mad? I don't care how much of a Democrat you are. You come talking about some weight, man. You're telling me Trump and Musk was about to kick us back some cheese and the Democrats are going to come up with some stupid excuse while that doesn't make sense and we need to block it and this and this and that. That's a hard sell. That is a hard sell for the people. And coming up with these clever ways to win the sentiment of the people. And I'm talking about the ones that you don't already have. The ones that are sound-minded enough to be watching and seeing what's going on and kind of in the middle, trying to feel their way through this. And then something wonderful pops up. Bam! We found all this money they've been stealing from y'all. And we're willing to give it back to you. But the Democrats got a problem with it. We were ready. We were ready to sign it, but they won't work with us. And see what happens. One of these people is about to display how stupid the Democrats are with their gag reflex against Trump, no matter what he does.
And the money that we're saving by going after the waste and fraud and abuse and all of the other things that are happening, I think it's a great idea.
Me
How
too.
much money do you think
Could be a lot. I mean, if it's 20%, we'd give back a lot of money to the taxpayer. And also it'd give an incentive for the taxpayer to go out and report things to us where we can save money.
And you know what else is crazy? They're even floating the idea, which, you know, I don't want to get too excited about it, but boy, would this be wonderful if they could figure out a way to get rid of the IRS and taxes. Now, you know, the funny part about that is I know that the Democrats would be opposed to it. He should do it just for that alone. That might be the final nail in the coffin of the Democrat Party. If he come out and say, I have a bill I'm proposing to eliminate taxes, all taxes, just get rid of them, man, and watch all of them come out talking about that's stupid. It'll never work. And Trump's going to steal the tax money. Wait, we can't say he's going to steal it because nobody's going to be paying taxes. What about the people in Africa that relies on your tax dollars? No, you guys aren't okay with that? Okay, all right. Well, what about, I mean, there's no argument you could make that would make anybody say, keep the IRS We like paying taxes, darn it. Nothing. I'm telling you right now, you probably could go find the purple-haired people. You could find the transgenders on the bus. And they'll be like, you get off my bus, you white nationalist. You transfer what? We don't have to pay taxes? Let's go, MAGA. Everybody hates paying taxes. But the Democrats will find a way to make that look like it's evil. Trump's doing it just because he's selfish and he wants to keep all of his money and his friends. That's the only reason he did this tax break or cutting rid of all taxes. Let's continue, though.
Democrats are saying, not so fast. That's not your money. That's our money.
There we go. And that's why they would have a problem with it. Because see, they ain't got no talent. They ain't got no skills. They're living off of our taxpayer dollars. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do? Go out and start a business? Come up with some creative ideas? What are they going to do? They got to stop race baiting and fear mongering. They got to stop raising cash on people's fears and ignorance. Now they got to come out with some real ideas. Yeah, they got to actually work for a living. They can't just get in there and the first thought they have is, how are we going to enrich ourselves? And along the way, drop a couple crumbs out there for the people to make them think we're doing stuff. But the real goal is self-serving. So now somebody got a problem with the idea of giving taxpayers $5,000 if they hit their goal. $5,000 back. Listen to this, y'all.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend.
Now, you see those two devils dressed in red right there? You see them? So here comes the dummy. For some reason, the Democrat Party has been highlighting this woman. They've been sticking her out there all over the place, okay? But she's raggedy. She's like the woman, for whatever reason, who thinks she got cute feet. As soon as the sun breaks, she gonna stick in them crusty claws up in some sandals, thinking that painting the toenails is gonna make them cute, but they all mixed up and crossed like that. And she got them bad boys sticking out there like that, like, you see my feet? You think my feet cute, my toes? And when you see them, you want to step on them like it's a whole bunch of fire ants. I'm sorry, I thought your feet was being attacked by fire ants. It's unbelievable, but you think they're cute. So they keep sticking this chick out there, and she's hammer time. That's what she is. Corns all over her. Dang on it. Ain't no toe even. They all different levels and all kind of mess. Sometimes she could use them like a primate, grab a banana and start peeling it with her feet. But nonetheless, here she is out there being highlighted. And I'm like, yeah, stick her out there. Yeah, she's going. I done moved on, forgot all about the joke, and then I see you guys laughing at that. I'm like, okay, all right, so here we go. So now let's see what these nasty, crusty toes right here got to say.
Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200.
Now see, this right here, didn't even think it through. Didn't even sit back and say, now how can I start this off to leave an exit for myself? A safety valve, just in case this becomes real. And yet here I am on record starting off like, he lied. That's it. That's your whole argument. That's a lie. He ain't gonna do it. Now, if you know anything about Trump, even when he floats stuff out there, it's floated out there for a reason. And if he says he's gonna do it, it even becomes more probable because he's gonna bust his butt to do it just so he can say, I did it. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell y'all? And the only way it won't get done is we get mass opposition. Okay. So now her opening line is
With the $1,200.
Is what? Hold on.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie.
That's her argument. She didn't even say whether she supported or not. See, this is the stuff about the Democrat Party. Now, only people who are dumb and so committed to the Democrat Party that they've surrendered all type of common sense and rationale would hear that and not catch what she just did. I mean, anybody would be waiting. You should be expecting her to say, yes. Every Democrat voter, every citizen, after hearing that, should be going, well, this is a no-brainer. She's going to definitely start off by saying, yes. Well, she can't do that because then she gives Trump a win. So instead, her tactic is to say, it's a lie. Then say why it's a lie. Nothing. It's a lie. Okay, so then why is it a lie? You ain't gonna tell us that? Here we go.
He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that.
And what does that have to do with the $5,000 coming back to people? That's my quote. You just straight jump right over to $5,000, and go to giving out dang on COVID money. See that pivot, baby, because she don't have a good response to that question, because the only response should be absolutely.
People had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate.
Unnecessarily. I mean, y'all went top heavy on the money. I mean, I think Trump signed a couple of them, but good grief. If it was up to y'all, we'd still be on lockdowns, getting money and staying at home, working from the crib. But now here she is talking about how the Democrats just kept spending and then all of a sudden put us in debt and made, of course, the dang on inflation and stuff go up. But nevertheless, they were doing stuff, right?
Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that.
Why not? See, she ain't even thinking it through. I bet you she didn't listen or study or just even familiarize herself with the concept that they're talking about. She's talking about, he's saying, she just making it up. Give y'all money, but that can't happen because ain't no money to give y'all. Yeah. Does that make sense? You think that'll fly? Now, the lady sitting here is letting her vomit that up instead of saying, yes, because the whole concept of this is the money will be from all of the spending and the savings that come from them saying we're stopping all of that spending. So instead of financing transgender operas, we'll throw that into the money that's coming back to the people. So we'll have actual money to give back to the people. But yet she's talking about, ain't no money. I wish they would. You know what? They just lying. They be tripping. They always just telling y'all stuff like that. Like the Democrats be always promising reparations and all that stuff. Well, I'm sorry. A study of reparations. Yeah, we're willing to commit to studying reparations. So now, instead of thinking it through and saying, well, wait, if they said this, where's that money coming from? She says there's no money.
The only reason that those refunds came before.
What is she talking about? The refunds from the past? What is it? Low IQ. Low IQ, boy. I tell you, man. I mean, good grief. So let's see how she wiggles her way around this.
Was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again.
What the crap is she talking about? How is she trying to make the connection of COVID money versus this Doge refund money? But yet somehow it was different times. It was back in the day. And see, let me tell you something, honey. Back when they was cooking grits on the porch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't cook grits on the porch unless it's hot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And see, they always be talking about how they're going to give people some grits and bacon. But ain't no bacon left. Ain't no bacon. I'm going, what the heck are you talking about?
We had a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola, unfortunately...
Now we talking about Ebola? Boy, she's a dumb one. She's a dumb one, Mrs. Crockett. So keep sending the dumb one out. I'm loving it, man. Yeah, send her out there. Those raggedy toes, there it is. You like my feet? No, in fact, I think you should paint the whole foot. That's how ugly that foot is. Don't be sticking that out there. Your foot is so ugly, they should be in the, Harriet Tubman Museum. These are the actual feet of Harriet Tubman right here. That's how ugly that foot is right there. And I'm making a comparison. She's like an ugly foot that they keep sticking out there. Yeah, if she was a foot, they'd be talking about do your feet look like this? If so, yeah, That chick right there, that's how ugly she is. Yeah, she could sell it on some type of medication. Yeah, if your feet look like this. So anyway, let's finish hearing from the ugly foot.
It was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do.
So now we gotta let USAID have their way, be unaccountable. It's funneling money into some studies that's fighting against Ebola, but we don't know nothing about. And you're talking about the world is going to implode and all the scientists are not going to get paid. And how are we going to stop all these diseases that are coming back into New York and stuff like that? And don't forget pandemics. What does any of this have to do with that rebate, that $5,000 coming back? I don't care how you try to distract or pivot. Nobody wants to hear what you're saying right now. See, the dumbest person listening to this woman, yeah, the thought in their head is $5,000. They would be like that kid on Ferris Bueller's Day Off that wanted his $3. $3 or $2. Yeah, hunting him down, $2. That's what people will be going, $5,000. But see, what about the kids and the Ebola, and we don't want to outbreak $5,000. But you know what though? The studies over in $5,000. $5,000. Give it to us.
Or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country.
$5,000.
Then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics.
$5,000. Okay, to help me get through it if it happens. $5,000, ugly foot.
Because of their incompetence. So no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly,
oh, you're not? That's the funniest of it all. Oh boy, I bet you as soon as that came out, she's like, oh God, anybody would just pay attention for 5 minutes know that was a lie. Not in the business of giving out money, but yet can't even justify them coming out almost daily and running down a list of garbage that we've been just giving out. Like yesterday on my show. Yeah, the Englishman, where his wife is over there, and there's Afghanistan. Yeah, teaching art to the Afghanistani and peasant women. Yeah, that's not giving away money. Stacy Abrams rocking $2 billion to study climate change or something. That's not in the business of giving out money. How about all the reparations that you guys are always promising black people? Wouldn't that be giving out money? But we ain't in the business now. All of a sudden, if it's coming from Trump, we ain't in the business of giving out money.
I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
What?
If you are unable to find a job.
She got to be the ugliest foot in a shoe. I don't know what $5,000 would do for you if you can't find a job. Do you understand that will help you until you find one? I mean, the arrogance in that statement, or the stupidity, should I say, in that statement. You are straight up telling people that, man, I lost my job, and the rent's due, car payments due, gotta eat. Man, $5,000 would just help me out. At least get me to another month or two. And she's talking about, I don't know what $5,000 would do. Well, to pay the house note and to keep my car from getting repossessed and put the food in the family's mouths. But to you, forget it. I mean, shoot, if I ain't got no job, keep your $5,000. Shoot, it ain't gonna help me anyway. How your $5,000 gonna help me and I ain't got no job? This is how dumb. She don't realize it, man. Boy, I tell you, if she wasn't on that show and she was in Kevin's corner right now, I would be lighting her. I'd be stepping all over her corns.
Because I am telling people we are headed towards a recession because...
You're just saying it. Just saying it. I'm telling people we headed toward, because she won it. She's wishing for it. She's wishing for us to fail. That's what she wants. She would love to see Trump just drop the ball, with America go belly up,
as the United States government is the 15th largest employer in the world. And so firing those that work for the federal government isn't going to necessarily create new jobs in private industry. In fact, Southwest Airlines, based in my district, just announced for the very first time in its entire existence that they are doing a layoff of approximately 15% of their workforce. If you
Yeah, a lot of people was laying off. So now why can't the government lay off? And we got CNN laying off people, MSNBC. You know what I'm saying? The private sector gets laid off all the time. They don't feel obligated to be able to work just because you can't fire me. I've been here 10 years. I'm a government employee. You can't fire me. No, you're fired. Okay? Don't even really have to give you a reason. But now here she is talking about we're about to go into recession. Now, what if we don't? Do you think this administration is going to be that reckless where they allow us to go into a recession? Now, this chick right here is wishing for that. She would love for that to happen. But just like they all predicted the first time, if Trump wins, he's going to ruin the economy and then everybody's going to be poor and then concentration camps and all the crazy stuff they talked about. And it was the reverse of it. So here she is trying to profile. She's trying to profile. But when it doesn't happen, I wonder if they're going to bring her back on this raggedy show and say, now, a year ago, you said that we were heading for a recession while not recognizing the recession we went through with Joe Biden. See, that's where we're concerned about.
pay attention, the signs are there. And I'm not telling you to be an alarmist. I'm telling you because I want to be honest with the American people.
Oh, my God. Could have swore I thought I saw a lightning bolt hit her somewhere in there. I'm saying this because I want to be honest with the American people. Man, I tell you, that's an oxymoron. A Democrat that's honest. I'm like, those two things can't exist at once. Are you kidding me?
And my background, believe it or not, I was a business major.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I'll take the not. Believe it or not, I'll go with not for 1 billion quadrillion.
And none of this looks good for us.
Crockett used to love checks.
For them daggone stimmy checks. That is my message.
Right.
Because again, I just explained to you the co-equal branches of government.
Right.
It was Nancy Pelosi who was running the House at the time, not back of Mike, but Nancy. It was Sister Nancy.
Right.
Oh, Sister Nasty. So that's back when they thought they could win the favor of the American people with the stimulus checks and stuff, and it was popular. That's when they was giving away money and stuff that they were just printing, not saving. No, that wasn't that type of money. That was the fake money. There was the monopoly money they were giving away. See, that was that money they just say, I owe you. But here she is, excited about it with that ugly weave right there. You don't go on no thing on program like that, looking like this.
You need to thank Nancy.
We had to print money to send out those checks with a Doge stimmy. We don't have to. It's a rebate check.
But see, the woman who was a business major and all of that, she didn't make that connection a minute ago when the lady asked her about the money. And she said, we ain't got no money. We ain't in the business of giving out money for free. No, this is a rebate. We saved the money. We took the money back from you corrupt politicians who were really giving it out to yourselves too, to yourselves. See,
they took it from you and you're getting it back. People in North Carolina, the Pacific Palisades, Maui, they could use a check right about now.
Yeah, but you know what? It's only $5,000. It probably won't even help you out if you don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? You should reject it. You should reject it if you ain't got no job. Man, get that mess out of here. I don't want your $5,000. I want a job. Shoot. And until I get a job, I don't want your $5,000. Now, when I get the job, then give me the $5,000. Then give me the $5,000. Because it's not going to be useful to me if I don't have a job. It's only going to be useful to me if I have a job. Says Jasmine Crockett, a.k.a. Uglyfoot. Let's continue.
This little senator, not so young Sheldon, says giving Americans back their own money is a crime.
See, Democrats, they're running into the rakes. They're stepping on rakes. Trump comes out, say we want to give $5,000 back to the people. What do? That's a stupid idea. You can't do it. No, we shouldn't. This and that. Oh.
I would analogize this to a smash and grab robbery. And speed is to your advantage when you're the smash and grab robber. And doing as much destruction as you can quickly is to your advantage when you're the smash and grab robber.
So now, as a Democrat, you can't even say, just for political reasons alone, your political instinct sucks. If somebody comes out These are the people who promise everything when they're running for election. You elect me, I'll make sure that all of you have food forever without having to pay for it. We'll make sure that you guys have. But right now, somebody is saying we want to give the American people $5,000, and their position is that's how the smash and grab. He's lying. It'll never happen. What about Ebola? All of this stuff. Just your political instinct should be like, dude, as a politician, this is a layup. This is my moment to at least appear bipartisan and look good. Every person watching me is waiting, going, is this dude about to tell us that it's a bad idea for them to give us $5,000? And yeah, he did it. He did it.
Now they care about smash and grabs.
People ask me, what's the most surprising thing that you've encountered when you go to DC, when you're in DC? And I said, well, the most surprising thing is the scale of the expenditures and actually how easy it is to, when you add caring and competence where it was absent before, you can actually save billions of dollars, sometimes in an hour.
In an hour. That's all you need is a little tender love and care. Caring, that's all you need. See, and they don't care. That is why Democrats blow money like that. That's why Kamala Harris, all those billions of dollars that they blew during her campaign, she wasn't responsible for those people's money, and now donors don't want to give it no more. Ended up in a negative. Not even negotiating. Sitting back like, how much you want for me to come on your show? I don't care, whatever, it's not my money. It's not my money. It's the taxpayers and the donors and all that stuff. Just pay the people, pay the people. Now, when you see people running the country like that, on your money, see, that's the problem. They're running it on your money. No wonder they don't care when they write checks for illegal immigrants. They don't care. And that shows they don't care about us, the citizens. Any person that runs a household and they're the head of their family and they're responsible for the future of their family, the security of their family, you're not supposed to be recklessly spending. If you sit back and say, man, I really want this new fancy bowling ball right now. It costs $250. But I got 2 kids at the crib and a wife. And you know what? They need their school supplies. But I really want my bowling ball. You don't care for the people. You don't care for your family. You go out and buy the bowling ball, and they're talking about, well, we ain't got no school supplies today, the first day of school. Yeah. Can you borrow some from your friend, your neighbor while you're in school? You don't love your family. And the Democrats, they run the country like that. If you cared about us, you would be thinking, how can I set up the future for all of Americans? How can I be a good steward over all of the money they've entrusted us with? And then even surprise them by saying, and guess what, y'all? Not only are we accountable for all the money y'all gave us, and we can show y'all where it's going, we got a little something extra for y'all too. Go on, y'all. Have a good time. Here's some money back to y'all. Here's some money back to you. Yeah, y'all wouldn't have got this money if we would have been out spending it like drunken sailors, but we were responsible because we care. But not them. Y'all don't need no money. No, you ain't been giving no money out for free unless it's free to us. Now shut up. Oh, wait a minute. There's some illegals over there? All right. No, that hotel is raggy. Don't put them in a Motel 6. You go find them, the Hilton. That's where they need to be. Unbelievable. It shows how much they care.
They really lack empathy for the average taxpayer who's working hard, paying taxes, and then they say, oh, $1 million doesn't matter. I'm like, I think it matters a lot.
It would change my life. I mean, if there's a millionaire out there somewhere that's watching the show, and you say, let me go ahead, it's been laid on my heart to drop $1 million on campus. Change my life. That's what it would be. It'd be a full change of life. These cats, $1 million to the lady over there doing art. $1 million to this. Stacy Abrams, $2 billion. And I'm saying to myself, these people, they don't even deserve it. Stacy Abrams. Good grief. I mean, like the programs they were giving this money to, the corrupt folks, I'm going, these people don't do, I mean, lease if they give you that money and it's supposed to do something good with it. No, these folks, man, spending it on stupid stuff, their own selves, their own pocket, and then all kind of stupid behind projects that they're working on that they shouldn't be meddling in.
Their new hoax is that now Musk is a Putin puppet.
Oh, snap! There it is. Musk done arrived now, y'all. Oh, he's going through all of the gauntlets. So wait, racist, anti-Semitic, Nazi, and now you know you done something. You know you done arrived when you become a Putin puppet, y'all. Yeah, man. So let's see Musk's wonderful response to this, because when these stupid dummies make comments like that, they never stop and say, what if somebody with common sense hear me say this and start applying that logic to my statement? They might conclude that I'm a hack and I'm a liar and I'm a manipulator. See, they might conclude that, because watch what Elon says that blows that up.
People like sometimes like to end this war. Say like, you know, I'm a bought asset of Putin. Yeah. I'm like, he can't afford me.
Simple.
I think you're worth more
Simple.
than
Think about it.
You can't
Simple. Just blew up the whole narrative right there. Makes no sense. So now they're out here saying Elon Musk is doing this so he can get richer. Elon Musk is doing this because he wants to get everybody's social security information. Elon Musk is doing this to appease Putin. He's a Putin puppet. And I'm saying, you know how stupid that sounds? What can Putin offer Elon Musk? I mean, when they said Trump was a Putin puppet, he was an asset of Putin, I said, why? I mean, you're trying to create villains with no real motive that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I can see how Democrat politicians are villains, because see, the motive is to get rich. You go in broke, come out rich. See? Yeah, I can see why you might be a villain. That might be your motive. Get all up in USAID and start using it to funnel money back in. Okay? But when you've done it outside of using taxpayers' dollars like the Democrats are doing, and some Republicans, but when you've done it like Elon Musk has done it, and like Trump has done it, and then all of a sudden you're telling me they wait right good until they're older, they got everything they want, and then they decide, I want to please Putin. So I'm sure there's something else he can offer to my billions and my fame and my popularity and all of that stuff. Yeah, well, what do you got to offer me, Putin? Nothing. Oh, okay. I was hoping to cash in on something. Nothing, Mother Russia. We broke. I'm rich, but people broke. Yeah. And he's talking about this dude can't afford me. What would be my motive? But yet they'll say it. They will throw that mess out there and walk away from the mic like, some dummy's gonna believe it, and they're right.
the richest man in the world, and that's what drives Democrats nuts.
Yeah.
Can't buy him, can't shame him, can't cancel him.
Yeah.
You can't debank him.
Can't touch this. Can't touch it. And that drives them nuts. Yeah, when you know everything you saying and doing to somebody, they're going, whatever. You're dead to me. You don't matter. Everybody wants to matter. Everybody wants to see that you can manipulate the environment, the situation. You have some type of impact and influence on something or someone. But when somebody comes along and you know that I don't care how many ugly looks I give them, I don't care how many times I go out there to the mic and call them Nazis and white supremacists and Putin puppets, they don't care. I'm beneath them. They're going about their life like whatever. In fact, I'm about to go and Doge the heck out of that department, this department, and listen to you whine. And I'm going to be sitting here while y'all outside singing your raggedy songs, asking Big Boss, you hear something? I don't hear nothing, Big Boss. Okay? Because all I got in this world is my boss. Okay? And my billions of dollars, man. Billions of dollars, okay? Okay? So keep sniffing around for some corruption, okay? Yeah. Take a good look at that pooping puppet, because this is the last time you're going to see a pooping puppet like me, okay? I tell you that much. Yeah, he don't care. He don't care. And yet they're following him around. Elon Musk sucks.
And the world's richest man is teamed up with the world's most powerful man.
Bam!
Now Trump has the...
Ooh, that's a banger combination. Boy, no wonder they're trying to break them up.
Secret Service, he should be in good shape. We hope, we pray. But Democrats are making things dangerous for Elon.
What?
The other day, a Tesla dealership was vandalized.
Oh,
Ken Bondi just...
So the Democrats are encouraging violence, y'all. They're demonizing Elon Musk so badly that it encourages their crazies to act upon it. When you're out there telling people, does this sound familiar? Sound familiar, guys? See, remember, after Trump's attempt, and all of them set back, well, everybody got to tone down the rhetoric a little bit, I guess. The Trump started it, and so no, it's not the fact that we've been calling this man Hitler, a Nazi, all of that stuff, an existential threat. It has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. And then they ran it right back to Elon, and we see these people out there crazy, and yet they done vandalized this property, and then guess what else happened?
Just launched Operation Whirlwind, and anyone slinging threats at Elon will be held accountable.
It's a new day. You better watch what you say, because it's a new day. Out there inciting folks to, go crazy, activating all of that craze with these lies, like this guy right here.
At members of Congress, this is not about me. This is about attacking our institutions. It's about ensuring.
Yeah, that's what it's about. See, that I already know it's about you when you have to start off by saying it's not about me. This is not about me. So I want to redirect your attention from me and my real motive, okay? Yeah. Change your mind. And as I'm talking, stop looking at me. I want you to see a vision up here about the people. So when you're listening to me, see the hardworking men and women down in the basement of USAID working hard for their country. Don't look at me, a stinking, nasty Democrat politician who got an incentive to come out and try to trash this.
That we have loyal opposition and that we're able to speak freely, particularly within our own Congress. I mean, we made those remarks, of course, moments after we had left the committee hearing. And so what's really critical at this moment, I think, for all of us to understand
is
that we should be allowed to speak freely. And we certainly should be allowed to use figures of speech. And anyone that watches that can see that was a figure of speech or a metaphor in the way we're describing this fight.
Figures of speech, metaphors, we should be allowed to do that, but not Trump. Every single thing Trump says is straight up literal, okay? Poisoning the blood of the country. He's talking definitely about racism. That's what it is. It's because these are people of color. The bloodbath, literally. We're not even trying to find a different context. We're not trying to listen to that whole statement in its totality. We're not trying to say, well, could this be a metaphor or a simile or whatever? None of that. They don't like doing that. But now all of a sudden, he wants his freedom of speech and his ability to use metaphors and speak like this and this and that. And listen to what he says.
It is a fight. This is a fight for democracy.
You're not allowed to say fight. They impeached Trump. And remember, they were all talking about how Trump said, we got to fight for our country. And then they showed that like 11-minute montage of the Democrats saying fight. And now they're back, encouraging fighting.
I want to hear why, but do you think that calling Elon Musk a dick...
I thought the adults were back. And you called the Musk rat a tallywhacker? Unbelievable.
...is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government.
Well, he is a dick. And I think he's also harming...
Double down on the D word. Hit us with the double D. Unbelievable. Somebody go get me a truck filled with soap so I could wash out that man's potty mouth.
The American public in an enormous way. And what I think is really important and what the American public want is for us to
do your job and stop playing around and following Elon and big balls around. Because if Elon is the D, you're the balls. Okay? Yeah, you're following Elon around talking about he's a this and that, and I hate him, and you know what? He's a D word, and I hate him, and please, I hope he die and get hit by a bus. That's what I hope. So now, as this dude is out here trying to justify why he called him the D word, okay, he's about to walk right into something.
Bring actual weapons to this bar fight.
Actual weapons. Now, I could play dumb like the Democrats do. I could lose all my sense of ability to, look at abstract things and analogies and comparisons and all of that stuff. I could do that, okay? But I'd rather just take this guy literally. See, normally I would go, oh, okay, he's talking about bringing weapons into the bar fight. I'm sure he's not talking about saying, meet me tomorrow at 3 o'clock at the bar for Donnybrook and bring some brass knuckles. I'm sure he's not talking about that. But for now, just because they have done this so many times. Let's see.
And what the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight.
Oh my goodness. So now we got to look into this man's situation. He done told folks out there to bring actual weapons to the bar fight. I mean, I don't know if I go outside. I feel threatened. My life might be in danger. If I somehow stand next to a Tesla, I might be jumped by people with weapons thinking that I'm down with the Musk. Unbelievable. So now maybe he needs to have a visit by the feds.
This is an actual fight for democracy, for the future of this country. It's important to push back on the chairperson of this committee. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about having decorum.
Hey, pump your brakes, kid. That one was a national treasure.
About bipartisanship. This is the person that lies more than anybody else in the entire Congress.
Unbelievable. The liar is telling you Marjorie Taylor Greene is a liar. Okay.
And so if she's going to make a mockery of hearings, I want to make sure that us as Democrats are bringing that same level of energy. And of course, after those comments, we went into exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do. Dismantling the Department of Labor, dismantling the Department of Education, dismantling all of our consumer protection agencies. And so it's—
Tear them down. Tear them all down. Little Hispanic man, okay, with the potty mouth.
It's all important, but it's also important to get the attention of the American public and call Elon Musk out for what he is.
Well, you did get the attention of the American public, and now people are throwing rocks through Tesla dealerships. Now people are walking around thinking that Elon Musk is a Russian, asset, and he's Hitler, and he's all of that stuff that you guys use constantly to fight your battles. Bunch of name calling, bunch of lies, bunch of accusations, bunch of character assassinations, because you can't give us a real reason why Doge shouldn't be up in that mug exposing all of this corruption and shutting these agencies down. I mean, heck, are you going to get in there and defend all of this stupidity that they just keep highlighting every day? No, it's easier for you to get on there and call him the D word. It's easier for you to get up there and talk about that he's ripping our democracy apart and he's exposing people's private data and you know what, he's evil. That's the easy, funky route for you corrupt people that don't have a real argument and a defense for this corruption in our government. And the only reason you're mad is because you're corrupt.
And to make people know that Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a serious legislator, and she shouldn't be treated as such.
Holy moly.
In response to those comments, the Trump Justice Department engaged in what appears to be a bit of an unprecedented effort to scare or silence the congressman, or both.
Oh, it's a new day. So wait, somebody heard him talking about everybody need to bring weapons literally to the bar fight. Everybody heard that, see? And so now we just simply are doing what the Democrats would do. Yeah, we're not able to decipher whether that was a metaphor and an analogy or not. We just got to take him for his word. He said literally. So we might want to ask him what he meant by that.
Acting U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Ed Martin, who I would note also was a defense lawyer for the January 6th insurrectionists, sent a...
You see her running interference? Also was a defense lawyer for the January 6th insurrectionists that was never charged for. Now, they should be sued for defamation. If I was a person who got locked up because of that stupidity, and yet all I'm hearing as on these networks is these people labeling all of us as insurrectionists. Now, you've been in jail a year or two. You get released, get pardoned. You go back to your neighborhood. And God forbid you live in a liberal neighborhood. Everybody's going, the insurrectionist is back. Y'all, they're back. I would be going, I'm not an insurrectionist. I was never accused or charged with insurrection, but yet they keep calling us that. So when you want to talk about being literal and accurate, but here she is lying and trying to throw off as this should discredit the guy who is asking the little Hispanic congressman some questions about his comments. Yeah, that's going to discredit him because he defended the January 6th insurrectionists.
A letter to Garcia asking him to clarify his comments. But as former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid said, it seems like a fair inference that these letters are designed more to chill free speech than to seek clarification.
Oh, is it? Isn't it just an inference? No, we want clarification. We want to know if you meant, literally bring weapons to the bar fight. Since y'all want to treat everybody like they're stupid when Trump said something. See, Trump actually meant when Trump got up there and said, hey, Russia, if you get those, if you see the final 30,000 emails that Hillary deleted, let us know. Did you hear what Trump said? He asked Russia for his help. He asked Putin for help so he could win the election. You saw him do it right out there in the open. What? What do you mean he's joking? What's a joke? It didn't sound like a joke to me. It was literal. So now all of a sudden she's talking about freedom of speech and context and intimidation.
As they purport to do. And California Congressman Robert Garcia joins me now. Congressman, I find it quite rich that the free speech warriors at the Trump Justice Department would be so worked up about a metaphor you used on CNN.
Oh, now it's a metaphor. I didn't think that CNN and all of them knew what a metaphor, and MSNBC know what a metaphor is. Everything that Trump says is literal. I saw her do a full hit piece on Trump saying bloodbath, and then tried to justify it by saying, oh, that's what he meant. Trust me, he meant bloodbath. But now all of a sudden, we're supposed to understand metaphors. I have a hard time understanding a metaphor when you say literally bring weapons to the bar fight.
And obviously there's no bar fight. No one's bringing weapons anywhere.
Oh, obviously there's no bloodbath. Nobody's going to be in the bath of blood. Yeah, look at this. Y'all, everybody splash each other, more blood. Obviously. But no, that's not what you guys did. It's a bloodbath. Let's continue, though.
But what do you think they were trying to do here?
I mean, it's pretty clear that they are trying to not just intimidate me, but intimidate other members of Congress who are actively opposing and criticizing Donald Trump and Elon Musk from actually speaking. And it's crazy.
Well, no, I think you need to be more responsible with your wording, buddy. Because, see, Democrats are very loose and reckless with the words, with their lips. They got the loose lips. They'll get out there and all they see is, their own self-interest. And when they go into that rage, they'll say anything. This guy right here, man, I think he accosted 8 people. I heard he's out there just smacking kids on the playground, just walking them and smacking them, just smacking them and stuff, and saying you probably did something and you deserve a smack and you can get a smack for that. And then I heard that he's also laundering money, and they'll get out there and say anything, and there's usually no recourse. There's no, repercussions. And by doing that, knowing that y'all base is not wrapped too tight. Yeah, pumping them with all of those lies could maybe influence them to do stuff like we've been watching. But yet y'all sweeping down. It's the people on the right that's dangerous and do stuff like that and all that mess. So now this guy's like, it's intimidation.
That they want to investigate me for essentially using a metaphor and for taking on Elon Musk. And I think what's really disturbing in this moment.
Now you want to get serious about the words. That was just a metaphor and all this stuff. But when Trump said, why don't y'all walk over to the Capitol and let your voices peacefully be heard? They didn't even include that in there. I guess they didn't catch that part. They had selective hearing. Walk over to the Capitol and fight and take back your country. That's all they heard. There you go. But now they want to get real meticulous and stuff. Let's go over what I actually said and let's put it in the proper context.
Is that we know that we've got to fight fire with fire. We know we've got to bring the energy to this fight as Elon Musk is raiding the federal treasury to give himself and his billionaire buddies a tax cut.
Now that's a lie right there. You see that? Full-blown lie. He's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Stupid stuff. Elon and them is talking about giving tax money back to the people. But he's just this $1 billion. See, that's the go-to. The go-to is always the other squad is evil and greedy, and all they're doing is working on behalf of the elites, while the Democrat Party is supported by all the elites. That's the funny part about it. They don't even regard the everyday, hard-working Americans' opinion, their stress, what they got to go through. That's why they're okay with shoveling a whole bunch of illegal immigrants in their neighborhood. That's why they're okay with that stuff. That's why they're okay with giving them $750 when, they have a catastrophe happen. But yet, Stacy Abrams got that $2 billion. Yeah. And let's keep the money amongst us, the elites. And then you get Trump and Elon in there, ain't taking a salary, out there working exposing all this corruption. And this man is saying that they're doing it so they can give tax breaks to their billionaires and their buddies and stuff. Because that sounds better when I tell my dumb, low IQ audience that, yeah, they're trying to keep stuff from you. It's them. They're working against the common, everyday man. And they're just trying to keep money amongst themselves. They're billionaires and trillionaires and stuff. They need more money. They need more money, even though Trump's a billionaire and Elon's the richest man in the world. But they're trying to hook their buddies up. Just throw stuff out there. But yet he don't want nobody asking him about what he said. As he sits back and throw more fuel on the fire of lies that will encourage somebody who's stupid to say, we got to stop Elon Musk. He's taking our government away from us.
And they want to police that language. They want to stop us from fighting back. And so, look, we take this threat seriously. At the same time, we're not going to be silenced by Elon Musk or by Donald Trump.
This feels to me, I just was talking.
Come on, Raggedy Patty. It feels because I was just talking about that. I'm here to help you, buddy. That's what I'm here to do. All right.
Talking about Russia earlier.
Russia. There it is, y'all. Slide in a little bit of Russia. Okay. And so I forgot Elon Musk is, I guess, working with Putin.
Again, so it's a natural flow into that. I mean, this feels like a classic MAGA case of trying to flip the script, right? Even Ed Martin suggesting Democrats are trying to threaten Doge workers. How do you're not going to stand down, as you said, but how do you stop them from getting away with this effort to flip the script?
You can't. You can't stop it. The script had been flipped already, man. It's too late. Right now, you're just going for a ride. You're going for a buggy ride. That's what you're doing. Yeah, right now, you done got on a roller coaster, and it's too late. Once it's locked in, you're going for the ride. No stopping it. Let me off. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how much you resist. Yeah. Right now, the Democrats are the people falling off the cliff, just yelling, no. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Right now, the gravity is so heavy, it doesn't care the fact that you're saying, no. Oh, you're saying it louder? So what? Yeah, gravity is mocking that. Yeah, letting you know, scream all you want. You're going to smack that ground real soon. And that's what's happening to all these Democrats. No! As they're falling off the cliff. And then, of course, watch this Muppet right here. Beaker's back.
Out here. And again, the word that the constituent said last night, sloppy. That's what you've got here. So this idea that all Republicans want a guy wielding a chainsaw?
Yes. So now all of a sudden they want to belittle Elon Musk's talents, skills, productivity, or whatever. What are you saying? Just because he's wielding a chainsaw? But remember, guys, their whole goal is to make this guy look reckless, unhinged, out of control. Look at him. He has a chainsaw. I mean, how many massacre movies have we seen where the killer had a chainsaw? Hey, look at this. Elon has a chainsaw. I'm just saying. Now, would you allow the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to get into your personal business? And would you allow that? Then why would you allow Elon Musk? Now, here we are having a celebration over here in MAGA land. We're all up there with the chainsaws and having a good time. And we understand what the chainsaw represent. To us, it's good. But to Beaker, it's bad. The chainsaw is only a threat to the tree. But the people who's cutting feel good about it. And I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would. Da-na-na-na-na-na. And I feel good about it. Keep cutting, Elon.
And just slashing NIH budgets, slashing USAID budgets. There are some of us who are very proud of what George W. Bush did with PEPFAR, saving 25 million lives in Africa.
25 years, 25 lives in Africa. I don't know anybody in Africa. Now, granted, I don't want to see people suffer. You know what I'm saying? But we've been giving money to Africa a long time. And yet we still see the commercials. What do they do with the money? I don't want to see another commercial about Africa and they ain't got no water. Okay? Showing the kids walking around with the bloated stomachs with the flies on them, talking about they ain't got no water over there. I started seeing those commercials back when I was like 12. And I'll still see them every once in a while. And I'm saying, okay, maybe we should use the money to move them somewhere close to water. But yet for some reason, what are we going to do? Just bring bottled water over there forever? Hey, how about we teach you how to go ahead and migrate and plant and move over there? Where you don't see that river like 8 miles down the road? You guys just rather live out here in the sand? And you don't think it'd be a little more better if you move by the water? No? Okay, so you don't want to do it. We'll help you out. We're going to use this money, get your butt in this truck, and we're moving you there. We could have built the whole city for these people next to the water. But nonetheless, we've been given the money for all of these things, and now they're trying to pull on our heartstrings, and they're saying Elon Musk is doing it sloppily.
Slashing FAA, slashing TSA. I'm sorry, I'll just say it. That's not what a lot of Republicans voted for Donald Trump for.
Really? Look, that guy's sitting there like, I got to sit back and play along with this right here. However, I know in my heart, all of his supporters are ecstatic about that chainsaw. They're all celebrating that chainsaw. I might go out and get me one.
Right.
Trump's doing what he promised to do. You go back to April of 2017, it was just 46% of all Americans who said that Trump was doing what he promised to do. Compare that now to February of 2025.
That's not what a lot of Republicans voted for Donald Trump for.
Oh, yes, it is. Look.
Right.
What a dummy. What a dummy. That's not what a lot of voters voted for Donald Trump for. But yet his approval rating amongst his voters, 70%. Yes. Yeah, I don't care how they try to spin it, how they try to make it look like, oh, Elon's going crazy in there and Trump's letting him have his way. And you know, those two right now, they're bickering, they're fighting amongst each other. But yet at the same time, Elon Musk is the president. All the lies, all the crap they're trying to pull will not distract us from saying, wait, we spent money on what? Hold on, they found how much money? Oh, they're talking about giving us some money back? No, what you saying again about what? The Elon Musk with a chainsaw? Is that chainsaw working? Okay, so he's cutting out the fat that might be able to give it back. Okay, yeah, have him keep cutting the fat so he can give it back to us. And we're going to end with this wonderful message, y'all, from this lady who I don't even know who she is. But she had the bravery to get on the internet and talk about how she's recognized all the things that Trump has done since he's been in office. And she regrets being duped into voting for Kamala Harris.
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first Black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do.
Good. Every single person who voted for her should be saying that about her and Creepy Sleepy. Hey, if you voted for them, okay, I mean, you know, but it's better late than never. It's better late than never. So go on, girl. Tell us why you feel that way.
I regret voting for her. Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders. He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country.
But wait a minute, Beaker just said that's not what his voters voted for him for. So people who didn't vote for him is also recognizing he's doing a great job. Unbelievable. Maybe Beaker needs to listen to this lady.
Me not doing my history and really, being investigative and seeing all the things that Trump has done, and now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And I don't know what I was thinking going in there voting for Kamala in the first place.
Man, y'all, I'm proud of this woman. See, there's always room at the altar. Look, we are the inclusive party. I might joke and laugh at, liberals and Democrat voters. But when you see somebody that is, sincere and they come to this conclusion, it's not time to say, well, you should have, and you know what, you ended up voting. What would have been one more vote we could have had? That's not the time. You never jump on somebody and kick them when they're already down. When they're coming clean and confessing and saying, look, man, I'm gonna be honest, I made a mistake. That's not the time to say, yeah, you did. Just the fact that they're able to do this lets you know they're sincere about it. She gets nothing for this right here. This means this is a real organic revelation that she got. And she's bold enough and brave enough to get on TV or get on the internet and tell everybody, man, I messed up. Yeah. See, remember, you don't get no clout by leaving the Democrat Party, especially as a minority, and telling everybody I left the Democrat Party. All the folks who on the left, they're not going to still love you anymore. They're going to let you have it. They're going to let you have it. See, so the safety zone would be just to be quiet, eat it, and just say, yeah, I made a mistake, but I ain't going to tell nobody. Let all my liberal friends and people just think that, yeah, I'm still down with the soul sister Kamala and this and that, and I'm mad at Trump. But instead, she took the hard route and just straight said, look, man, I know I might get criticized or whatever, but I'm going to come out and I'm going to tell everybody, I should have been smarter. I should have been smarter. And hopefully somebody else will be inspired by her and say, yeah, moving forward, you know, I want to make good voting choices.
I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump is in there. But me being so lost and participating into the whole Kamala run and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month.
Man, y'all, you hear her? Made me all busted up, especially after hearing all of these Democrats complain. He's just running it crazy, and he's throwing everyone to do, and he's a dictator. He's tearing down the government. He's going to send us into bankruptcy and all this. But yet, smart, sincere people see what's really going on. You have to be a sincere person to even be able to recognize right from wrong. When you close your heart and you close your mind and you're like one of the more radical leftists to where you got a gag reflex when anybody brings up Trump, common sense, truth, or whatever, you'll never get to where she's at. You have to have a sincere heart to be able to say, man, I'm able to step back from this, set aside my biases and say, is this man really bad? I mean, look what he's doing. We've never had a transparent government. What in my whole lifetime? Everybody, look what's going on. Here's the books. Here's where all the money is. This is what's going on in the government. This is what I'm thinking. This is the direction we're going in. And we're all invited in to participate in the journey. We're all in there like thing on Holiday Road. Yeah, Chevy Chase. We're all in the van. We're all in the wagon. Yeah, all right, are we going Trump? Yep, everybody buckle up. And we all know where we're going. He's telling us. And we're going, yeah. Versus we just wake up one day and find ourselves somewhere where it's like, where's this? We didn't plan on this. You told us we was going to. Trump is that transparent, but yet people still swear now he's a dictator.
Is something that I do think about. So, you know, I advise people that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a Black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
Girl, you know what? I wish I knew who she was, man. I'd send her an inbox or something telling her I'm extremely moved by her confession. To be able to admit that. That's a tough thing, man. To admit you're wrong or you made a mistake. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of people who might have said, man, I made a mistake, but I would never let anybody know that. All those people who saw Joe Biden get on that stage and lay an egg when he was debating Trump, I'm sure they were like, I made a mistake. That dude is crazy. And I voted for him. But I'm going to go ahead and vote for Kamala, who knew he was crazy, but lied to me and told me he was fine. That's how I'm going to go ahead and do it. So if you got that mentality, I ain't got nothing for you, man. But that woman right there, she deserves the credit. She came out and just was like, look, man, I'm big enough to tell you I made a boo-boo. So there it is. We end on a good note. And I'm going to see if I can track down who that person is. All right. And just let her know I'm with you. Yeah, there's always warm embracing arms over here in the party of conclusion. That's what it is. So thanks for hanging out with me on a Friday night. I'm about to upload the segment from last night's show where Trump is highlighting all of the corrupt things that they have found. And I'm going to do that right now when I hang up off this internet. And also, if you haven't seen my standalone video that I recorded the other day, please check that one out as well. It's called The Destruction of the Democrat Party. So check that out. Don't forget, hit the like button on your way out, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. You can support the channel, checking out my Kevin's Corner store for some merch, or you can simply support through my Cash App and my PayPal. Other than that, look at this, y'all. We done made it through the night without no sound problems. How you like that? So I think we might have found out the problem. The problem, I guess, was the port in my phone. Who knows? So let's see. Let's get out of here, though. Got to go get me some nourishment. Oh, yeah. Somebody said perfect sound. I fixed it. This is All City. Tear up the place, yeah. Take care.